Welcome. In this video, we're going to learn how to create a bar chart in Rguroo. Now, Rguroo calls a bar chart a bar plot. Just want to put that out there at the beginning as we work through this. Just same graph, they're just choosing slightly different ways to name that style of graph. So we're going to use the car data set yet again, and we're going to try to summarize the variable class. Now, class in this data set is or describes whether the car is a subcompact car, a luxury car, a sports car, and so forth. So the data set, as you remember, has many cars in it, so it could be useful to use a chart or graph to summarize this variable. So here we are in Rguroo again. This time we're going to click on data just to make sure, yes, we can see from our previous encounter with Rguroo, car data is still active in our data sets. If I double click on it, we'll see it again. You can see that there are indeed 82 cars corresponding to 82 rows, and there are 8 variables about these cars which correspond to the 8 columns. Notice class is the last column. This is the one we would like to summarize. It's a bit tricky to kind of scroll up and down along all these cars and get a true sense of how frequently each of these classes occur. All right, let's click on data again, and it will hide that window. And then we're going to click on plots, and it's going to open up because we're clicking on plots because we want to create a plot. And of course, create a plot is our first option. When we click on that, you notice there are many options that Rguroo gives us in creating data plots for data. Bar plot is the first one. Let's click on it. Now again, to remind you, bar chart and bar plot are the same thing. Okay, so we get a pop-up box here we need to interact with. The first thing we need to do is to tell Rguroo which data set we want to use. And we're going to use car data. So any of our active data sets will populate this list here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about whether we want categorical or numerical. Well, class is a qualitative variable, as we would call that in Hawks, which in other fields of statistics and study, sometimes people call a qualitative variable a categorical variable. They are one in the same. Rguroo has chosen to use the language categorical. So we're going to keep it here, and we're going to choose class. And these 3 variables here are what Rguroo recognizes as the qualitative data in the data set. I'm only going to do one other small thing here, and that is to click this box that says to add value labels. What this will do is put a little number above each of the bars to give us a better idea of how many cars are in each of the classes. Seems like we're all set here, nothing fancy to do. So we're going to click on the preview, which is the little eyeball here. And we get our first look at our bar plot. So here we have it. As you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of classes that were in the data set. Subcompact is the one that occurred the most frequently, with 22 of the cars being subcompact. And super mini is the one that occurred the least frequently, with only 2 of the cars being a super mini. We see many other classes here, the luxury coming in at 18 and the hatchback coming in at 7. So This gives us a way to look at the data, all 82 cars, in a very nice summarized fashion, and we get a better understanding of the data when we take the time to create a bar plot. I hope this was helpful.